Alright, welcome to another video. As you can see by the title, we're going to be talking about skateboards today. Real quick before we get into today's topic though, I completed the event, all the stuff is done. I've been using the nail gun in zombies lately and luckily it's no critical kills, so that's good. And we also got the John Black Ops skin, which isn't too special, but I could see why people want it. Also, I got a scuff finally. I haven't had a scuff since 2022, I think, before Modern Warfare 2 came out. This one has like the paddles with like, or the new version of the paddles on the DualShock 5. I also got the mouse clicking triggers just to like be different. I also got a regular one that just has the normal triggers with the paddles and everything. As you can see, this one's blue. It has grip on the back as well for gripping wise, I guess. I don't know. I just got a default one. I didn't get like I didn't really customize mine, if that makes sense. I also finally restarted my Liberty Falls save just because I was getting tired of my older ones, so I just decided to remake mine. I already have all my perks and everything. It didn't take too long. It took like probably like an hour to get everything back. The only thing I'm gonna miss is probably all the salvage I had. And right now I'm working on the skateboard, getting it to Nebula. Right now I just need to get kills shortly after activating my field upgrade. As you can see right there, I need 21 more to go. We just got our field upgrade. I actually keep forgetting to put extra charge, so I get 2 instead of 1. It doesn't matter. It's not like I'm in a hurry to get it anyways. Get rid of this guy. Let's gather up some of these guys. Now the worst thing about that is it's only shortly after activating it. So all these that I'm getting after, I guess the first 2 or 3, they don't count because obviously it has to be quote unquote surely after. I've been seeing like this people, like I've been seeing tutorials on how to do like the AFK glitch to get more gobble gums and everything. And I figured might as well, since I restarted my save, I figured might as well try it. But one of the crucial steps to doing that is to not have melee macchiato. And unfortunately that was the last perk I got. Now I could down myself and just try to like re-get my perks and just not get that one, because like I said, you just need to have a solo save as well as, you know, crafting the thruster dome and all that stuff, and that would be basically it. That's all you would probably need, and I do have enough to craft another one too, so I could do that as well. Alright, but enough of talking about Call of Duty. I actually wanted to talk to you guys about skateboarding today actually. As you guys probably saw, and by the time you've seen this, I should put the more cleaner version of my short. Basically when I slammed and I put Renee and Brian is the most beautiful soundtrack over it. I'm starting to skateboard again, as you saw, so hopefully more viewers come for that. But there's something I wanted to discuss with that. How often do you guys switch your boards? Like if you can afford it and if you have like a stack of boards set in mind or whatever, how often do you switch your boards? Because I know unless you're like a pro, you probably go through a board like probably 2 to 3 days. Obviously I'm not a professional, but I do switch my board more often than the average skater, and it's not because I burn through them. It's not because I burn through them at all, or at least I don't try to. Like, do you ever feel the need to just try a board out just because shape you've never tried before, the sizing you never tried before, or maybe you just think that you want to ride it because of a graphic? That is literally basically me. I have hoarded up on so many board graphics and so many board like sizes that I've liked. Now my range on board sizing can vary just because like I don't have a particular one. It's just like I call it like a board range, I guess you could say. I ride anything between 8 and 838, so anything in between as well. So I've gathered up many boards over the years just to like, I guess, try them in the future. But then sometimes I get impatient and just decide, you know what, today I'm gonna set up a board. I don't even care. Even though the board you have on right now is like only like 2 to 3 days old. Granted, I'm skating it for sure. Like I'm not just like riding it around. I do my regular, you know, tricks that I normally would. I try it out. Like obviously, you know, you try the board out with the tricks you obviously would. You don't really just like put it to waste either. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people have commented before, like why do I like switch my boards so often? Or I remember a while ago when I showed a board rack that I had that I wanted to display. People ask like, why aren't you skating those boards? Those boards still look pretty new. And a lot of the times it's because one, well, I want to display the boards, but I also like want to skate them. So for example, a lot of board graphics that I like, I only skate them for a little bit and then automatically retire just because I don't want to scratch it up too much. Like granted, you could just get a brand new one and display it like that, but then that ruins like kind of like I guess the value of it. The way I like to see it is if I see scratches on it, I can remember, oh, like that scratches from this part or that scratches from doing this and blah 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 blah. It gives it more, I guess, value to yourself. It's like more sentimental value, I guess. And then sometimes, even though I do like display them, sometimes I do just hang them up or put them in a stack because eventually I will skate them again. Like sometimes maybe I'll say like, oh, I really want to skate that shape again, or I really want to skate that graphic again because that graphic isn't too scratched up, so I can still show it off while skating it. So then I will like grab it from the stack or grab it from the wall, which I actually have to display. I haven't displayed it since I moved in here, and I'll set it back up again. And there's nothing, I don't think there's anything wrong with that because you're not putting it to waste either, you know. It's granted, it's your board. I know everyone's probably gonna think I'm insane for that, but I mean, it's just the way I like to see it. I have like terrible OCD when it comes to it as well, but I'm not gonna really get into all that because this isn't really too much about the other things with skateboarding. It's just more or less the board switches. But that's also not to say like I've sometimes have given my board away too. Like sometimes there are like family or friends that want to try skateboarding and they don't really want to like spend too much, and I'll ask them like, hey, would a used board be a problem? And sometimes I'll like grab like spare trucks, wheels and bearings and all that, and just grab like an old board that I used to skate that is still in good condition, you know. I'll set it up for them and, you know, give it to them so they could try it out, and if they like it, and you know, and obviously if they don't like it, it's good because they didn't spend too much on a board. Or granted, if they got it from me, they didn't like spend money at all because they got a free board basically. I've done that a lot for my nephews. Like I've well, at least most of the time I've gotten them new boards, but a lot of the times I've given them like old boards that they just want to try. Like for example, if they want to size up but they're not sure, I'll grab like a board that's slightly bigger than theirs, set it up for them and tell them like, hey, try it, and if you don't like it, you can go back to your old board. I feel like it's a lot safer that way because then they'll be like, oh, maybe I do like it, maybe I can now go grab a new one. Granted, there's a lot of like variables they need to keep in mind because obviously like there's the, oh, I just switched out. There's a lot of variables to keep in mind because obviously like the length may be different or the shape may be different and all that, but that's also a good thing because you could tell them like, hey, this board was this shape, this size and all that. And it wasn't just the width that was changing, it was the length that's changing or the shape that's changing. And it opens a whole new door for them as well. But for the most part, they're more or less trying like the width of the board. I know I wish I had a skinnier board when I was younger, but then eventually I did end up going up anyways. I guess the width of the board is like the big rule of thumb. As long as you like that particular size, I guess the length can come later. I don't know. I know for me, it's more or less like the width, I guess. I don't really care what shape or how flat or how much concave a board has because I know eventually I can just get used to it. I do have my favorite shapes and sizes and all that, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really necessarily bother me. And I know this probably sounds like a terrible thing to say, but also like when you give a board to somebody, sometimes if it's your favorite brand, you could push that brand onto them as well. Again, that seems very kind of mean to say, but you know, sometimes you want the family to rock Powell, or do you want the family to rock DGK or like Baker or anything like that? In a way, it just seems kind of cooler when you have like your own little like skate crew that just rocks the same board brand. You know, like I said, everyone has like their personal preference and everything. Pros don't stop skating with each other because they're not riding the same thing, you know? So neither should your friends and family. I mean, I don't know, we know what brand this is. This is from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But I would ride this for sure. Oh my god, I need one more. Man, this scuff has been a real nice breath of fresh air. It was not too hard to get used to. The only thing that was really hard to get used to were the triggers just because they're instant. The paddles came back to me like right away. They're the exact same layout as the Impact. I don't even know if you guys remember when I had that one. If you guys do remember, tell me what color it was if you guys remember. Come on, I just need one more full power. Oh, there we go. Pour it up, pour it up, pour it up. Yeah, there we go. Okay, finally, now I can start working gold and all the other ones. Alright, I'm gonna back out for the remainder of this video. You're probably wondering why am I bringing this up right now? If you guys have seen my latest short, you guys know I was skating this board. This is a almost board. This is one of the last ones they have, which they've been saying they were gonna come back, but I have not seen any updates since like January, and that's been a long time now. I also don't know how that's gonna work. But anyway, that's not about that. This is the exact same like setup that I had from like that video I put out. But this is the new board, obviously. You guys probably remember this board. This is the board I used in that setup video. As you can see, this isn't too like scuffed up. I do have it on display right now. I just have like a couple of tricks that I did with it, and that's basically that. I could review this board, but this isn't about that. As you can see there, like it's not too badly like scuffed up or anything. But then I did set this one, which this one does have more scuffs than this one. So granted, the obstacles that were available to me were more available when I was setting this one up, or when this one was set up, than they were when this one was. Now that I have that one, does that mean that this one will not be skated? No, it actually doesn't, because granted, even though I have it displayed or retired or whatever, that's not gonna stop me from one day, you know, just grabbing it up and setting it up again, because it's still pretty good. It's not like soggy, there's no cracks on it or anything. It's just I skated it for a little while and decided, hey, I want to skate that one just cause, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. There's like literally nothing wrong with that. And that's not to say I can't give this to someone else who needs it, but you know, it's Godzilla. I don't think I'm gonna give that one up. But eventually, like when I do have like spare boards that I don't really feel the need to like have anymore, or like sometimes like there's boards that graphics I just get just because I want to try the shape out, not really because of the graphic. Those boards eventually do get given out. I give them out to, like I said, family and friends, or just anyone who I feel like needs a board, or sometimes I'll just leave them at the park. I don't just like leave my boards out too. I given out wheels, sometimes trucks. Most of the time it's wheels and boards though. It's never really trucks. I feel like I've only given trucks out when it's with a setup. It's not really like by themselves. By the way, I have these skateboard dark matter now, so it was very tedious, but you know, it wasn't impossible. And like I said, now we're working on trying to get the skateboard nebula, which is very close now. We can get the 10 kills rapidly 5 times, or 15 times I should say. And everything here should be home stretch, especially on directed. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today's video. I just wanted to make a quick like discussion type of video with like setups and all. Let me know what your setup is. I actually want to know. I'm curious what you guys have set up. And like I said, let me know how often you change your board. Obviously, like I know a lot of you probably wait till you can get another one because, you know, sometimes like money's tight, you know? Yeah, let me know how often you switch it, how often you try to switch it, how often do you wish you could switch it. It's all open discussion here, so, you know, please let me know. I hope I'm not the only madman that just switches out when they want to try a new shape and all.